All right, we're going to start sitting today, upright. I suggest sitting on a block unless you're very good at sitting flat on the floor comfortably. And make sure you have some space at your wingspan so that you don't run into your neighbor. So a little space out to the sides. In fact, go ahead and stick your arms out and just make sure you're not in anybody's way, because you guys are close today. You guys at home are probably okay. Hey, Temple. Okay. As soon as you've got yourself in a good spot, go ahead and close your eyes. All right, the Spry Power class is vinyasa yoga. It's based on the principle of moving with our breath. So we're going to start with just the breath. Count the length of your inhalation just in your mind's eye. And the same thing for your breath out. For the practice, we're aiming for steadiness. So the same length on your breath in and the same length on your breath out, matching each other. When I studied vinyasa yoga in India, they used a 4 count. That might not be the right number for your breath, but it's a place to start. Sound your breath and start to come into Ujjayi Pranayama. So there's a tightening of your whispering muscles to create the sound. With practice, the sound on the inhalation and exhalation aim to be indistinguishable. Keyword being aim, because usually I can tell with my own breath. They're not quite the same, but they're close. Let your eyes stay closed today and rest your arms at your sides with your palms facing forward. So you can just hang your arms at your sides. The next time you breathe out, pull your abdomen in and start to create Uddiyana Bandha. Good. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Take the whole inhalation to get your arms to point up. And then exhale, take your hands back down to the starting position. That's your first vinyasa, is inhaling, circling out and up, and exhaling back down to the starting position. And I'm gonna try to stop talking and let you do a few rounds on your own, just moving into flow, connecting mind to body. Mindful of the vinyasa. You don't have to catch up. That would be a lot of fast arm waving. Inhaling. The next time you get your arms to the top, bring your palms together and drop them down right to your heart center and open your eyes. Let's Om and connect to each other. So first a breath, inhale. Exhale. Breathe in for Om. Inhaling, reach both arms straight up overhead. And then exhale, lower your left hand down by your side. And on your breath in, reach higher through your high arm. And then exhale, lean over into a side stretch. We're going to do this in a flow. So inhale, windmill your arms, right arm down, left arm over to the other side. Good. On your breath in, switch your arms. On your breath out, stretch to the side. Now let's do one more on each side. Inhaling, you switch. Exhaling, stretch. One more time, switch. Stretch. And then both arms up. Bring your hands together at heart center. And stay with your breath, but move to tabletop. So you're going to come onto your hands and knees, stack your joints so your shoulders are over your wrists, knees are under your hips. Good. Breathing in, take cow pose, belly towards the floor, chin up. Exhaling, take cat or child's pose, hips to your heels. Good, and that's the flow. Inhale, you lower your belly, broaden your chest, fill up. Exhale, you pull in your belly, lower your chin. Good, do a few more rounds. So find a little rhythm right here. I'm moving back into a vinyasa. And there's lots of little variations you might add in. Feel free to just let your body be your guide. A little lateral movement sometimes feels good. I see some of that happening. It's the steady rhythm of your breath as the primary concern. When you get to your next breath out, everybody take a child's pose, hips to heels, knees wider if you need to. Long breath in. You might turn your thumbs or your palms face up and relax your shoulders. When you breathe out, pull your belly in towards your spine. Good. Take another breath right here. Strong Uddiyana Bandha, belly lock. Good. Inhale, back up to tabletop. Exhale, press your right heel back at hip height. Okay, we're going to do this legs only today. Stay for a breath in, pushing through your heel. And then exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest. You don't even need to round your spine, just use your core. Good. Inhale, press your legs straight back. Good. Steady gaze. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your chest. Now let's do it one more time. Inhale, press your legs straight back. Good. Exhale, draw in tightly. Good. Finish by reaching your legs straight back and then lower your knee. Okay, we're going to go right into the other side. Press your left heel straight back. Exhale, without even rounding, knee towards your chest. Good. Inhale, press your legs straight back. Exhale, core, knee towards your chest. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower your knee. Child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Staying in the flow. Inhaling and exhaling. Next breath in, come back up to tabletop. Exhale, right heel back, stay. Inhale, reach your left hand forward. So opposite hand forward. This time, exhale, elbow and knee both come underneath you. Use your core. Inhale, stretch out super long. Exhale, draw into your center. Okay, do it one more time, all the way out, all the way in. Reach out to finish it up. Lower your hand and lower your knee. Good. Press your left heel back. Lift it up. Right arm forward. Breathing in. Exhale, crunch in. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, feel your core strengthening. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Lower your hand. Take a child's pose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Start to welcome an elevation of your heart rate, and your breath might get a little uneven. Another breath right here. Stay to empty your breath. Good. Inhale to your hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and keep a steady breath, but move organically on your mat to see what's here. So maybe your knees pedal at the same rate as your breath, or maybe there's just a little different rhythm. Okay, we're gonna add a new pose today. It's fire hydrant pose. Bring your toes together. Good, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Good, you could stay here, this might be familiar, or bend your knee and roll your hip open towards the ceiling. It's called fire hydrant. If you can imagine a dog at a fire hydrant, yes, that's the idea. Okay, straighten your leg, lower your toes. We're gonna do the other side right away. If you need a child's pose, you can take it. Otherwise, left leg up, bend your knee, fire hydrant pose. All right, it's not complicated, but it takes a little bit of strength to stay in the down dog. Take a big breath in. Okay, lower your foot, lower your knees, child's pose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Stay in the rhythm. Yeah, if your shoulders need a little break, you could turn your palms up or reach back. Next time you inhale, come up to your hands and your knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good, big breath in. Right away, exhale, walk your hands and feet towards the center of your mat. Come to a halfway lift. Press your hands into your leg bones and pull your chest forward so your spine is long and strong. Stay here if your bones prefer, or fold at your hips a little bit deeper. Everybody, push your feet down, reach up, high mountain pose. Good. Stay standing and bring your hands together at your heart. Okay, set your feet for your true north alignment. So if you like your feet closer or wider, you can create that right now. Sun salutation 1, inhale, reach up. Good, exhale, bend your knees, halfway forward fold, hands to your legs. Good, look to the top of your mat, plank pose, feet to the back. When you exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Okay. If you prefer that I don't give you any hands-on assists, lift one leg up and I will stay out of your way. Okay, good. Everybody take a big breath in. Looking forward, hands and feet together, half lift, lengthen. Option to keep the length and fold deeper. Good, everybody, high mountain. Stay standing. Bring your hands together at your heart. And let's do it again. Inhale, arms up. Good. Exhale, halfway forward fold. Inhale, look forward, plank pose. Pull your chest forward all the way into length, and then exhale into downward facing dog. All right, so the aim here is to create all kinds of space in your spine. If I do come give you an assist, your hands are probably in the right spot, and I'm just giving you a sense of more length. Everybody, take a breath in. Stay and breathe out. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, hands and feet walk towards each other, half lift. Stay strong, option to fold. Good, everybody stand up, reach up. Push into your feet, stay standing. Bring your hands together at your heart. One more, just like that, breathing in, lift your arms up. Good, exhale, halfway forward fold. Breathe in, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let your eyes land on a spot so your drishti steady. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, pull your abdomen towards your spine. Couple of breaths here, feeling the space the pose has to offer. Good, one more breath. Walk your hands and feet towards each other, half lift. Stay long, option to fold. Good, everybody, high mountain pose. This time, keep your arms up. Chair pose. Good, drive some weight into your heels, pull in your belly. Stretch more space down your sides or up your sides, and then halfway forward fold. Good, same as always, plank pose, look forward, feet back. Pull in your belly, lift your hips, downward facing dog. All right, lift just your right leg up. Good. Like we did on hands and knees, rock forward, pull your knee towards your chest. Good, press back long. Rock forward, knee towards your chest. We're gonna do one more, press back long. Rock forward, pull in one more time. Good, press back long. Lower your toes. One full breath in, lengthen. Nice, Lori. Exhale, walk your hands and feet towards the center. Half lift. Make all the space from your hips to your armpits. Option to fold with all the space. Good. Everybody push down, reach out and up. Chair pose. One breath in. So sit down and lengthen. Exhale to your half fold. Look forward for plank pose. Pull forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left leg up. Shoulders over wrists, knee to your chest. Good. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Do it one more time, lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Good. Push back high, and then lower your toes. Full breath in, lift your hips. Exhale, walk your hands and feet towards the middle. Halfway lift up. Possibly you fold. Everybody, high mountain pose. This time, stay standing. Bring your hands together at your heart. Land your eyes on your fingertips and recalibrate for a moment. Long breath in. Long breath out. I'm going to do one more sun series. So find your center for a moment. Feel what you feel. Inhale, arms up. Good. Exhale, halfway forward fold. Inhale to plank pose. Here's where it's going to change. On your exhale, lower all the way to your mat. Slow, meticulous cobra. Keep your hips and feet on the mat. Lengthen your chest to come forward into a little back bend. Good. Get a sense of you're pulling your hands back and your heart moves forward. Yes, Cameron and everybody. Okay, lower your nose. Tabletop to down dog or child's pose. So you decide from your knees, you go high or you go low. Everybody breathe in. Everybody breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. Last breath, if you're in child's pose, you might prefer to come to downward facing dog. And then everybody look forward, hands and feet towards the center. Halfway lift up. Option to slide deeper. Good. One more time. Let's go all the way up into high mountain. Without delay, pull in, fold to your halfway forward fold. Plank pose. On your exhalation, lower gently. Good. Just a quick little inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, child's pose. Press your hips to your heels. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. About 3 more breaths here to calibrate. So welcome the elevation, the creation of health and vitality. It's happening right now. Acknowledge it. Okay, come up to your hands and your knees. Side plank on your right hand and your right leg. So you can keep your right knee on the mat and kick your foot off your mat. Stretch your left heel back and lift your left hand up. You could do it a different way if you have another variation you prefer. Everybody pull in your belly. Reach high. Good. Even your left leg might take part in the lifting. Nice, Catherine. You too, Joyce. Everybody breathe in. Good. Look down, tabletop. Switch to the other side right away. So left hand, left leg as foundation. Right hand as the opener of the pose. Right arm as the opener of the pose. Good. Make all the length from your head to your tailbone. Nice, Isabel. Picture perfect. Go big. One more breath in. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Good. Single breath out. Look forward. Walk your hands and feet towards the center. Come into your half lift. Maintain the integrity. Option to fold. Good. Everybody, high mountain pose. Reach up. Good. On your exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, create your feet for chair pose. So maybe they're wider for chair than some other poses. You decide that. Arms up, belly in. Take your seat in chair pose. Good. Send some weight into your heels and soften your tootsies. Yes, Catherine's tootsies are elevated. I love it. Couple breaths here. So a little deeper. Yes. Okay, push down, rise up. Eagle, right arm under left. So you're going to cross above your elbows and hold shoulders or hands. Belly in. Start in chair legs. Good. Stay with both feet or lift your right heel or your right foot all the way off the mat to work into your left hip and glute and quadricep. Yes, feel the strength coming in. Sit a little deeper. Yes. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Good, arms out. Left side eagle, left arm winds under the right arm. Good, and then when you take your seat, possibly you shift your weight into your right leg. Perhaps you stay in the center. Right, so it's a moment to moment research project. Who am I today? How am I? It's a little deeper. Good, breathe in, high mountain pose. Bring your hands together at your heart. Okay, we're gonna shift into a little more balance work. You can stay on your mat or come to the wall. Wall balancers, you want your left shoulder closer to the wall for the first little series. Okay, hand to knee pose, standing on your left leg. Lift your right knee and take your right hand to your knee. Pull in your belly, lift through your chest. Good, your left hand can be on the wall or your hip. Let's do it in a flow. Inhale, open to the side. Exhale, come back to the front with your knee. Good, breathing in, you open it up. Good, breathing out, you pull it back. One more time to open. Exhale, close, but find your balance first, and then lower your foot. Yeah, that's the hard part, the tricky part. If you're at the wall, you might turn so that you can hold your knee with your left hand. Stand on your right foot, lift your left knee. Take your knee in your hand. Lift your chest. Good, breathing in, open your leg to the left. When you exhale, contract back to the front. Good, that's the pattern. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Do it one more time, opening, closing, finding your balance and lowering your foot. Bring both hands to your heart, right where you are. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Okay, Samastitihi with your hands down by your sides. You can stay facing whichever direction you're facing. Just make sure you've got some room behind you for airplane pose or in front of you for airplane pose. So, you know, you're gonna stand on your left foot for the first round of this, palms face forward. Good, shift your weight into your left foot and kickstand your right foot behind you. And then make a straight line from your heel to your crown chakra at the top of your head. Pull in your belly. Set your gaze and start to seesaw forward, bending your standing knee if you need to, working into this lovely level standing balance. So hips level will build more strength in your left glute. You probably can feel it if you get level. Take a breath or two. Steady gaze. Inhale, stand up, hands to your heart. Set your gaze on your fingertips, breathe in. Breathe out. Hands by your sides. Push the weight into your right foot, step your left foot back, belly in. Good, set your gaze, hinge at your hip joint, and take flight. Belly to spine. Use Uddiyana Bandha for balance and stability. Nice, Carol. Breathing, strengthening. When you inhale, stand tall, hands to your heart, inhalation, and an exhalation. Okay, we're gonna put those two things together. Start with your hands down by your sides. Good. If you need to touch the wall, we won't hold our knee, so you can orient yourself any way you like to. Stand on your left leg, lift your right knee up. Okay, I call this one drinking bird. So you're gonna go from here to airplane. Set your gaze and then tilt forward and press your legs straight behind you. Pause in airplane. You're gonna end up standing again with your knee lifted. So start to engage your core, set your gaze. On a breath in, come back to where you started with your knee lifted and find your balance. And lower your foot. Breath in, breath out. Stand on your right foot, lift your left knee to hip height. Ish, right? Doesn't have to be all the way up there. Set your gaze, hinge at your hips, push your left heel back towards airplane pose. Pull your belly to your spine, steady your gaze. Without rushing, inhale to come back to starting position, just seeing how this works today. Yes, smiling like Joyce if it's messy. Both feet to the mat. Good, bring your hands to your heart right where you are and take a breath in. Take a breath out. Okay, so the practice in the equanimity series is to be unmessable with. I'm gonna mess with you now, and your job is to be unmessable with. So, stand in mountain pose. If you're near the wall, I'm gonna invite you to step a little bit away so that you can touch the wall if you need to, but maybe today you don't. Right, so like maybe it's just barely past your fingertips where you can use it if you need to, but it's not in your way. Okay, let's do standing on your left leg first. Right side tree pose. Push your right foot into your left leg. Set your gaze on a spot and keep your gaze steady. Okay, we're gonna add some vinyasa to this. Breathing in, let your arms circle out and upwards. They might not go all the way up, you can decide that. And then breathing out, take your hands downwards. How high and how low you take your hands is for you to decide. Just add a little vinyasa flow into this balancing series, just cause it's new and some of you guys are very adept at doing it in stillness and you need a new challenge. And I'm gonna invite you into about one more breath. Yeah, so finding a new edge in your practice. Yeah, circle your hands to your heart, land your foot. Okay, now that you don't have to worry about what is this, because you know what we're doing, this next side will be a piece of cake. Stand into your right foot, pull in your belly, and bring your left foot to your right leg. Remember, everything is optional, right? It's just yoga. So you're invited to get curious about adding some vinyasa, physical flow of the body with the breath. Maybe the amount of movement is very small. Maybe the first few rounds are a little more subtle. About 2 more breaths. So just from a place of curiosity, not attainment. The next time you breathe out, hands to your heart, both feet to the mat. Smile at your fingertips. All right, come to your mat. And let's just face to the left side of the mat right away in a wide leg stance. Tee your arms when you get your feet wide. Traditionally, your heels, your ankles would be under your wrists, but you're the judge of what's stable in your own body. Good. Warrior 2 to the right. Turn your right foot perpendicular to your left foot. Bend your knee over your ankle. Good. Pull in Uddiyana Bandha. Create stability at your center. Good. Turn your palms face forward so your thumbs are up. Good. Forward's a weird word, but thumbs up. Good. And now close your 4 fingers into your palms so you're giving me a thumbs up. Yes, so you like that last thing, huh? Thumbs up. Open your hands, straighten your front knee. Trikonasana, reach forward through your right hand. Get steady at the ground and through your right hand, the 3 points of the triangle. And open it up. Yes, beautiful, Isabel. Good. Uddiyana Bandha and foundation. Good. Drishti, your gaze is also essential. If you don't trust me about that, close your eyes and see what happens. Take a breath. Root to rise. Hands come to your hips. Turn your right foot parallel to your left foot. Lift your chest. Good. On your exhale, halfway forward fold, hands right above your knees. Pause and create extra length in your spine. And then keep going if you want. Head below your heart if that makes sense. Your hands can go to your ankles, the floor, maybe a yoga block. Belly to spine, no matter what the angle of your spine. So there's integrity and stability. Good. Lengthening the space between your hips and your armpits. Stay folded. Bring your hands onto your hips. Lengthen forward to stand up. Tee your arms. Turn your left foot. Warrior dose. Bend your left knee. Good. Engage Uddiyana Bandha. Push your back foot firmly into the mat if it's not already. Good. Feel that leg light up. You can even squeeze your back butt cheek if that helps you stabilize. Take a breath. Straighten your knee. Triangle pose. 3 angles. Good. Stability from your feet and your core and your gaze. And then possibility. Breath. Good. Push down to rise. Good. Straddle again. This time, interlace your hands behind your back and really open across your chest. Bow forward halfway. Pause to lengthen, and then decide if it makes sense to keep going. Head below your heart if you choose, right? It's a choice. Breath, less of a choice. I mean, you could choose not to, but then you would get red and fall down. Lengthen on the way up. Okay. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to add on a little bit today. Something new. Turn your right foot like you would for Warrior 2. Okay, and then there's a little hop you need to do to hop your back heel back a little bit and angle your back foot to what I call 11 o'clock. Okay, so instead of pointing out to the side, adjust your back foot to an angle. Okay, and then heel toe your front foot to the right a little bit so you've got a wider stance. We're going to do pyramid pose. Okay, lift through your chest. Good. With your right hand on your hip, bend your front knee, pull your hip back and fold halfway down. Look at the floor when you're halfway down, and then with your hands, push your hips back and reach your chest forward a little more. Draw on your belly. Good. If it makes sense to fold deeper, you can fold your chest below your hips. Lengthen your chest away from your hips. Hands stay on your hips. Good. Take 2 breaths here. You should feel a pretty good stretch on your right leg. Your back heel ideally is touching your mat. Good. Use your feet, push down to stand up. Keep your hands on your hips. Good. Turn your right foot towards the parking lot, towards the left side of your mat. Good. Turn your left foot towards the back of your mat, and then create that same foundation. So I find it easier to angle my back heel back and then scoot my left foot to the left a little bit. Good. Square your chest towards the direction of your front foot. Pull in your belly. Good. Drawing your left hip back, fold halfway down, bending your knee. Set your gaze on the floor below your nose. Pull your left hip back and your chest forward a little more. Draw on your belly. Stay here or keep folding deeper and deeper with each breath. All right, so strong stretch on your left leg. Foundation through your right heel. 2 breaths. Good. Pushing into both feet, lengthen your heart forward and up. 1 more straddle. So square your feet to face the same direction. Adjust your feet so they're in one line. Okay, guess what? Sumo pose. Turn your toes out 30 to 45 degrees. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Good. Bend your knees right over your ankles and adjust your foundation any way that gives you more stability and sensation. Pull in your belly. Good. Steady your gaze. If you feel like you need your hands to stay on your legs for good stability, keep them there. You can still get lots of good stuff. If you want to take your hands together at your heart and pray that I don't keep you here too long, you are welcome to pray. Breathe no matter what. Nice metta, really nice. Good. On a breath in, push down to rise up. We're going to do one more forward fold because it'll feel good. Pop your heels out, bring your toes closer to each other. Lift through your chest. Good. I suggest a half forward fold to begin. Lengthen. Decide if you want to go any deeper and go. Good. The more you pop your heels away from each other, the better it'll feel after the goddess pose. Right? So it's a counter twist, counter rotation might be a better way to say it, of your leg bones and your hip sockets. Keep your core, your Uddiyana Bandha. All right, hands to your hips, come mindfully back to standing. All right, I'm going to give you an option. Stand like you're Superman for a moment, hands on your hips, chest lifted. So in Iyengar yoga, which is one of the most traditional kinds, they come from this position to standing at the center of the mat by jumping. If your joints don't want to jump, you do not have to jump today. If you want to jump, jump your feet together. There you go. Hands down by your sides. Now soften it up and swing it out. The opposite of Iyengar yoga. Right? Iyengar is very structured. It's an engineered kind of yoga. It's really great for making sure we're creating good form and patterns in our body. Those of us that are already pretty anal like me need a little more flow in our lives. I bet you guys are shocked to hear me say that I'm anal. Especially Khan, who's known me when I was my most anal. Well, I didn't want to put you on the spot. All right, slow down your swing until there's an apparent stillness to your body. If it's safe to close your eyes, close them and notice all the energy that's actually here, the invisible prana. Open your eyes. Stand in the center of your mat facing forward. Tadasana with your hands by your sides. Good. Make sure you've got room not to run into your neighbor so you can extend your arms out. And then hands back down. Okay, I'm going to invite you into some research. So the angle of your palms as you lift and lower, if they're facing up or down, will change which muscles get used. So start with your palms facing forward. Good. Pull in your belly. Inhale, palms face up all the way to the top. Good. And usually exhale, palms face down all the way to the bottom. That uses your deltoids, your upper arms. Okay, this time keep your palms facing in as you lift your arms up. Halfway up, turn your palms up, keep going. Good. Keep your palms facing towards the center and lower your hands to shoulder height. And then flip your palms and go the rest of the way. So just get curious about the angle of your palms and the feeling in your shoulders, and do a few rounds here in what I'll call your own research. Right, some muscles get strong as we practice over time, and some other muscles not quite as strong. So just bringing a little variation into your practice as a way to possibly build some new strength. Remember when I first started doing these, my arms would get so tired after 4 or 5 rounds, and now I'm pretty strong, and so changing the direction of my palms, it builds different strength. Do 2 more rounds, however you're researching, just 2 more rounds of research. After you've completed the second round, let your palms come together right in front of your chest. You can open your eyes if they're closed. Take a breath in. Breath out. Everybody breathe in, reach your arms straight up. Good. Exhale, bend your knees halfway forward, fold. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward, plank pose. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. We're gonna do our plank flow. Options to do a knee plank and child's if that's better. Breathe in, rock forward to your version of plank pose. Exhale, press back, down dog or child's pose. 3 more on your own today, so I'm not gonna cue the timing of it. I'm gonna invite you to let your breath be your guide. Vinyasa flow. You're gonna meet in prone position on your belly on your mat. So after you've done a total of 4 rounds, gently come onto your mat. Crocodile is your destination. Hands folded at the top, forehead or temple resting on your folded hands. Use the time in crocodile to recalibrate your breath, to come back to your breath at the very beginning of class when you were counting 4 or 5. Recreate that. Sphinx pose. Prop yourself up on your elbows, your forearms to lift your chest. Good. Create traction. Elbows might need to be further forward than you think. And then anchor your feet and your pubic bone. Pull your belly in and traction your chest forward between your arms. Good. Broaden across your collarbones. Keep your legs active, your belly drawn in. 2 breaths. Strong at your core, keeping your back in good integrity. Engage your Uddiyana Bandha and lower mindfully back to crocodile. Turn your head the other way if you're going to one side. Breath in, and breath out. Locust pose, hands by your hips, palms face the mat. Good. Root your pubic bone down and lengthen your body and lift it up. Good. Broaden your chest again. Good. Without moving too much, draw your legs towards the center line of the pose. So you don't need to touch your legs, but there's action inward and upward. And gently come on down. Breath in, breath out. 1 more round. Option to interlace your hands or grab a towel or a strap between them. Root your pelvis, locust with a bind. Pull the center of your chest forward, reach your knuckles back, draw your belly to your spine. Good, and then do it all over again. Lengthen, hug in. Good, 1 more time. Lengthen, hug in. Gently come on down. Release your hands, bend your knees, swish your shin bones. Rock your back is basically the goal. Okay, toes pose with a little bit of yoga for your hands. So you're gonna press onto your hands and knees. Okay, so start by just getting all 10 of your toes tucked under so that you can get a good little stretch. If you need to have your hands on the mat because your toes are tender, you could do 1 at a time, a wrist stretch, flipping your palms over. If you're able to sit on your heels, I'm gonna invite us into beaks and claws. So put your tongue in your mouth. Bring all 4 of your fingers to your thumbs, like you're making beaks with your hands, and then pull all 10 of your fingers back towards your palms, like they're claws. And then make beaks. Soften your lips, claws. 2 more, beaks. Pull your fingers into the knuckles, and then 1 more round, beaks, claws. Shake it out, tap your toes out. And then swing your feet forward, come onto your back. If you're here in the room, your feet are towards the wall, the orange wall. Bridge pose. Come down gently and mindfully, so don't just flop down. Be mindful in the transitions. Bridge pose. Push down through your heels, lift up with your hips. Lift up with your heart. Press down with your upper outer arms and lift up at your chest. Yes. Good. Keep a little space under the back of your neck. So if it's flattened out, maybe you push into the back of your head, your skull. Good. 1 more breath in. Exhale, gently come on down. Okay, I'm going to give you optional hip strengthening extra credit. Put a block between your knees. Squeeze your block. And lift your hips. Okay, so that's the extra credit option one. Here, there's more extra credit coming. Good. For extra credit, reach your right heel straight out from your right hip and your right shoulder. Squeeze your block. Feel the strength of your hips and your core. Good. We're only going to do one side. Lower your foot, lower your hips. Everybody. Okay. If this didn't work and you want to remove the block, you can take it out or keep the block, squeeze the block, lift your hips. But this is plenty. If you want the extra credit, press your left heel forward. Feel the strength required to stabilize your hips, building something new here, hopefully. Good. If you lifted your foot, lower it and lower your hips. Remove your block. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Okay, we're going to do Spry Yogi bicycles. Tuck your hands under your outer hips. Stack your knees over your hips. So it's just your legs that are going to ride your bike today. So feet lifted. All right, press your right leg out at an angle that works for your spine. Good, and then switch your legs. Okay, so you're alternating, pressing one heel way and the other. Draw your lower abdomen down towards the floor. Good. Sometimes my hip clicks when I do this. If that's happening and it's making you weird, change the angle of your legs as you press out. Right, usually it's not detrimental, but it's weird. So if you need to take your heel higher or lower, do that. Keep going. Create a face that if I were to walk by and look at you, I wouldn't even be able to tell what's happening below your waist. I'd just look at you and you'd be like, hey, I'm just chilling out, laying on my back. Nothing's going on here. Nothing to see here. I'm going to count you down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. Okay. We'll do figure 4 with a strap today. If you happen to have a strap, put your left foot in the strap and stretch your leg out straight. If you don't have a strap, you'll do figure 4 with your left foot on the floor. Good. Right ankle crosses your left knee. So lower your leg enough to get your ankle across your knee, and then bend your left knee and start to pull your knee in towards you with the help of the strap. Yeah, so this ankle crosses the other. This leg goes straight. This leg goes straight. Lower it a little bit, and then take this ankle across your knee. Yeah. I don't know what I said, but that's what I meant. Bend your knee a little bit. Pull in. Yeah, walk your hands up closer to your strap or to your foot. Just pull in a lot. I know. They get in the way, don't they? Breathe. All right, get a little bit curious here too. So the angle of your shin and the direction of your extended heel can make a difference. So if I start to pull my heel towards my other outer knee, I feel it in a different spot. So just like angling my shin more on a diagonal, it's like, oh, hello. If you take it out in the other direction, it's a different kind of hello. It's like a, hey there. You know. Okay, you're gonna put your right foot in your strap and take your left foot out, and then switch. Your left ankle crosses your right knee. Bend your right knee and find your bliss here. Do your best not to contort your shoulders or your hands in the creation of this. So if you notice like, oh, wow, I'm doing something weird, stop it. Breathe. 2 more breaths. If you haven't yet kind of angled your ankle to find something new, you got a moment to just like, hello, what's up? Listen. You're going to go right into the hamstring stretch. So keep your right foot in the strap and remove your left leg. Stretch your left leg straight down your mat and draw your foot in with your leg straight-ish. So stretching the back of your right leg. Good. Everybody, bend your left knee today and put the sole of your left foot on the floor. Good. Your leg is straight up towards the ceiling if that wasn't clear. So your right leg is straight up towards the ceiling. Take both straps in your right hand. Good. Drop your left knee away from you like you're doing cobbler and your right leg out to the opposite direction. So you've got like cobbler in your left leg and hand to big toe pose in your right leg using a strap. If it hurts to do the cobbler thing, you don't have to do it. I like it because it stabilizes my hips. Yeah, I get that, Joyce. All right, come up to the center, put your other foot in the strap and take the one that's in there out. Stretch your hamstring on your left leg for a couple of breaths. And you can bend your right knee, plant your foot, and let it open out to the side as you take your left leg out to the side. So half cobbler, half hand to big toe pose. All right, come back to the middle, untangle yourself and pull your knees into your chest. Do a little side to side rock. Waterfall, ultimately leading into Savasana. So if you need certain things for your Savasana, go ahead and gather them now. Take your block under your hips and elevate your feet towards the ceiling. Good, start to soften your gaze. And perhaps you also soften your knees and your ankles and just let yourself start to come into a little more ease. Give yourself permission to ease away from Ujjayi breath to your natural breath. If you notice any tension in your face, a little half smile to ease the tension. Bend your knees, plant your feet, remove your block. Keep your knees bent and take your feet as wide as your mat. Gently, with your breath, rock your knees side to side slowly. So it's a reclining twist with a little bit of a flow. Do about 3 rocks to each side. And then take happy baby or cobbler if you like. So one last stretch before stillness. When you feel complete, stretch out long on your mat. If you're here in the room, remember there's an eye towel in the upper corner of your mat waiting for you. Take your time, create the space for allowing yourself to just be, to let go. Start to deepen your breath. And start to move your hands and your feet. Stretch your arms and your legs into a full body stretch. And then roll over to your side and curl up for a moment. Good job. Acknowledge yourself. All right, come on up and let's seal in the good stuff. Bring your palms together. And an Om. Let's take a clearing breath first. Inhale. Let it out. Breathe in for Om. Smile. Namaste. Have a lovely Thursday. If I don't see you before the weekend, have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you for being here.
It's a good class.
Yay, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You did.